Good evening.
Hello.
Hello to PAGO meets. Today, PAGO meets StartDoon. Yeah, that is the next web series of live talks on Facebook. And this evening, we have again very special guest. Like the first time, we had an entrepreneur from Germany. Last time, we had an entrepreneur from Armenia, and now we go to France, and we have Philippe as our guest from StartDoon in Yerevan. Yeah, and Philippe, you are in Paris, exactly?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Paris, probably a well-known city in the world.
Exactly. So thank you very much already for joining us. You can tell more about you in 2 seconds. I will just shortly introduce PAGO. So PAGO is a Pan-Armenian German organization. We were established in the end of last year, and our aim is to bring together or closer the Armenian and specifically German-speaking markets, and we specifically support Armenian entrepreneurs and Armenian startups for entering also the markets in Europe. And this is also one of the reasons why we talk today with StartDoon and with Philippe. Yeah, and Philippe can already start. Like, you can say 2-3 sentences about you, and then also already start talking about StartDoon.
Thank you, Ricardo. So I'm a French passionate about innovation and technology and working since long time in consulting and many different solutions and even running some startups. And the last one was a very successful startup. We succeed to sell to a large German company. It's the irony of fate. And I've discovered Armenia 7 years ago during a trip, and discovered that this really interesting country has a lot of resource and a lot of people that are good in mathematics, technology, in IT. So I begin to think, why don't we know so much about Armenia in France, and how to revive a little bit that. And some years ago, I decided to run some business and to help some startups, because, you know, startup is mainly young people with bright ideas, but they need some money, okay? But they also need some advice and some access to the market. And what I see in France, and I guess it's the same in Germany, we have a lot of people that have experience, contact, and money. So we have to bring them together to the main foundation. And you probably the joke inside the name of StartDoon. It begins like a startup and finish like Doon, the home, but also do on. The idea is, okay, now you start, and now you have to do, and then you have to be live. Yes, it's an inside. Torgado. Know more about.
Yeah, I think we have some internet issues. I'm sorry for that. Can you just repeat like the last sentence that you said? So you told about StartDoon. Yeah, that it's also like to start with startup and then do on. Yeah. And exactly. What was after it?
And it's also StartDoon, and Doon is the Armenian word for home. So it's the house of the startups, but also the place where we help them to go live.
Okay.
And the main idea is to bring them everything to be able to be live and successful.
Yeah, great. And so as far as I know, you already operate a bit longer than we do. Like PAGO, I said, was founded last year. And me personally, I also just recently moved, so last year in August, to Armenia. How long is StartDoon already operating in Yerevan, basically, yeah? And France.
Yeah. StartDoon exists in 3 years now. And we have a team based in Yerevan. So, and the first one is the guy called Hike. I've met probably 4 years ago before starting all these ideas, and he's running locally everything for that part. And I'm still in France because I need to be in close contact with some business angels, some business related people to continue to push the market and the solution. So we are really bringing a bridge between France and Armenia.
And how difficult was the process for you to set up a team in Yerevan? Did you find like very quickly the right person, or were there some changes within the team?
I have to say I was very lucky because I've met very good people at the first time. So I don't know. Perhaps I could have experienced something worse, but the first people I've met and I speak about Mike was absolutely brilliant. So I never had difficulty to find interesting people. It was rough. And I have so that I very keen on some ideas. Same in France. Sometimes people are more complicated to seduce and to involve in projects.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have again some internet issues. So you said that you were as far as I understood, you said you were very lucky with the people you met, and it was like very promising, like from the first steps you did. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Are there any specific companies that you, or specific industries you concentrate on in Armenia? So what is basically, maybe you can tell it once more detailed. What's your specific service that you offer for Armenian companies, and maybe also in which industries do you concentrate on which industries do you concentrate in Armenia?
I see the question. Our main idea is to help people that have ideas and energy. So we don't filter specific areas of business. We are more comfortable with software and high-tech industry for sure, but we can also work on other kind of products and ideas. It's not a problem. Because the main purpose is to find a way to open the market, find a way to have customers, find a way to grow the company and to help the growth of the company. So, and as you know, in a project, the main part are the team and the willingness of the team, not the product. Sometimes you can help a product you don't like, but it's good for the market, and there's a lot of people that will like it. So we don't concentrate on the idea and the product, just the team and how to accept the market.
Yeah, interesting approach. Yeah, maybe to compare it like with PAGO, we have more or less like a focus on the Armenian IT market, yeah, on the startups in this sphere. Yeah, but it's also interesting to see like different approaches. Yeah, we have similar aims. Yeah, you with the French market, we with the German-speaking market. But it's, yeah, so yeah, we can see how different yeah, the ideas behind such concepts can be. So, but what has been your experience so far with the Armenian businesses in France? Yeah, how could you help? How, yeah, what were challenges for Armenian companies, for example, entering the French market?
One of the main problem is once again the lack of knowledge about Armenia. Mm-hmm. So we have to explain a lot of things to some companies, and sometimes to create kind of a subsidiary or a new company in France, because if you go to a large French company and explain that they will have a contract written in Armenian under the law of Armenia, it will be really difficult. So we have to create some bridges to be successful. This is one.
How do you try to raise the awareness about Armenia?
I'm absolutely confident that if we bring some ideas and values and products, etc., in Europe, people will know more about that country. For the moment, the main problem is you see absolutely nothing that is Armenian in Europe unless you are involved in the Armenian diaspora. But, so we have to expose it.
Yeah,
as an example, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think like the situation is, as France already has a relatively big Armenian community, but in Germany it's, I would say, even worse when it's about the knowledge or that Armenia exists and where Armenia is, etc. So we have to create this awareness, yeah, in Germany first, on the German-speaking area. And I don't know, maybe you wanted to add something to that in France, yeah?
As an example, last year, 2 years ago, I was visiting a large event called Vivatech. It's an event that was created by Publicis, the advertising company, and it was the 3rd year. And I was wondering why I was able to see there a UK booth, a Belgian booth, and even a booth from Rwanda in the center of Africa, and no booth about Armenia. So I've discussed with the organizer of that event. I've discussed with some people in Armenia, and we succeeded. And we created last year the first ever booth about Armenia in Vivatech. And this is the kind of event we have to follow and to participate in, because people cannot know more about Armenia if they never see Armenia somewhere. So if we participate we can also think about participating in CEBIT event or things like that to create the awareness.
But continue.
Mainly when you say Armenia, people answer as Aznavour. And that's it. As I've explained you, I was not aware that Armenia was producing cognac, that people were playing chess, etc. So these are the info we need to share with the world.
I'm sorry, there was just nearby my house fireworks. So this was
normal life.
Was sorry?
It's normal life.
Yeah, it's quite usual in Armenia. So just Yeah, some interference, but this can also happen when you have a live web talk on Facebook. So, but yeah, did you actually see any changes maybe in the last years? Has there anything changed maybe of the reception of Armenia in France, or um, what is the development that you could see in the Armenian tech scene maybe towards France? Yeah, how the relations develop?
First of all, we've experienced a very interesting revolution, and it seemed that the political situation will evolve in a good way. So it's quite good because mainly for the diaspora people, they were cautious before because they experienced some problems, and now they all think that things are evolving in a good way, and they can work again, and they can have trust in the country. On the other part, I'm mainly working with young people, and what I really see is a complete difference with young people. They are all aware of the way of living in other countries. They sing on the internet, and they act like they want to be efficient and to be modern and to have cooperation with other countries. So it's a very good background
You mean in
to evolve.
Armenia?
Yes, in Armenia, in Armenia.
Mm.
The young people, they all want to be like others, and they want to run faster and to create new things. And this is probably one of the benefits of internet. You can have a lot of information about other countries. You can learn from a lot of industries, a lot of universities. You can have absolute knowledge easily, and you can also show yourself, and you can become famous through internet. So it's completely different now also. So we have on one part the political and on the evolution. Now everybody's connected, everybody's using new tools like what we are doing now, using Zoom and Facebook to be in Facebook Live. We are not in the same place. We can have a clear discussion and with followers that was not possible some years ago, and it changed absolutely everything.
Yeah, great. But still, maybe I have one question to the French market, because we observe in Germany sometimes that companies are very conservative when it's about cooperating with companies that are not, at first not in Germany, secondly not in the European Union, and maybe also not, I don't know, maybe in the United States. What is your impression or what is your experience in the French market? Are French companies more open recently, or are they still conservative concerning such corporations?
To be honest, they are mainly conservative. Mainly. But when you are speaking about innovation, they now understand that innovation can come from a lot of countries. One of the interesting aspects with Armenia is, okay, it's not known, but you explained that Armenia was the Silicon Valley of the Soviet times. They begin to have some trust. Many times I just ask a simple question to the people I met in companies. I say, you remember the fighter jets called MiG? It was because of Mikoyan. It was an Armenian. So then they see, okay, they are at the same level as Dassault in France. So it completely changed the vision they have about the country. But then,
Mm-hmm.
as I've told before, I think that for larger business, we probably need to have a French or European-based subsidiary to be more easy to understand for some companies.
I see. Yeah, it's quite interesting because we have, of course, similar experiences in Germany. We also have to understand what can be a connecting point for German people to understand, okay, what is Armenia about? First to understand, okay, yeah, that there are very famous Armenians, and Armenia as a Silicon Valley, like former Silicon Valley of Soviet Union, and so on. Yeah, so that they have a great heritage in this sense from the technological point of view. And what would you maybe advise to Armenian entrepreneurs or Armenian companies who think about like entering the French market or the European market generally? How to gain trust from the companies over there?
Well, the first need of every company is to gain trust with the offer. So if they have good presentation of their product and a good product, they can discuss. It's not a problem of your origin. The first point is how you create attraction, how you explain your product, and how you show its strength. Then they will discuss about some things. Okay, and we'll find solution. But the first important part is how to seduce customers, and it's for every kind of startup. It's the same.
Yeah, I see.
It's not a problem.
And what is your experience regarding that? Yeah. What is your experience regarding the presentation that you see from Armenian companies, for example, that want to reach out internationally? Do you sometimes think, okay, that is not the level that is expected in the European market? And if yes, how can that be changed?
It is not specific to the Armenian market. I see that with startup in France also. Sometimes you have people that have a very good idea, very good product, completely obsessed about the product, but completely out in terms of marketing. I remember one day we were discussing with three guys with a probably very good product, but after 8 slides, I was not able to understand what they were proposing. Mm-hmm. So one of the most important is how to market it. But it is exactly the same in France. Huh? You see people that explain you very interesting things, but you don't understand because they explain you the inside of the product, many things, but not the usage. And I'm completely convinced that the most important is the usage. I don't want to know how are working a lot of things I'm using. I use it. That's it.
Yeah, and another thing connected to the Armenian market or the Armenian enterprises, what is your expectation in the next years, maybe in the fields you are working in Armenia, and maybe do you have any advice on where to concentrate, on which products maybe, or do you say, okay, you observe the market and you will see what will develop?
I am very pragmatic. I cannot say we have to concentrate on one sector or another. I always say, let's try and we'll see. I don't know everything, so I cannot judge that one kind of product is better than another. No, let's try to sell it and we'll see if it works or not. Sometimes Snapchat is probably really interesting. A lot of people are using it. I hate it. So if I've met the people of Snapchat at the beginning, perhaps I could have said it's not interesting, but they succeed. So I don't want to filter with the market and the product. The only thing I have the only advice for Armenian young is concentrate on the high quality and the high level of things. As an example, artificial intelligence, etc. Because Armenia is a small country, you cannot provide quantity. So focus on quality. You never compete with India. There are so many people in India. So concentrate on the highest part of the intelligence system or IT or even for other kind of product. If we in Armenia, if we concentrate on quality, we can thrive.
Yeah, that is also what I heard from other experts talking about Armenia specifically. Yeah, Armenia is such a small country. Also, comparing it even with Belarus or Ukraine, yeah, there are the opportunities for providing like large scale workers is much higher. Yeah, and so they also said concentrate on quality, and then if specifically when you concentrate on quality, you also can you don't have to say we are like cheap workforce, yeah, because you say, yeah, you are, yeah, the products that you offer are worth to be bought, yeah, and
exactly.
yeah, I think that's a very important message.
Exactly. I think that the future of Armenia is not on the low cost. It's on quality. Yeah. And I see now that, and probably with the crisis, people are changing their mind. I see that they think a little bit more about quality of product, quality of doing things, and not only about the cost.
Yeah. Great. So, and what is your personal impression? Will you come? By the way, will you come to Yerevan and check what is going on in Yerevan lately again?
I don't know when I will come. It's very complex, but I really like to be there, mainly because of the kindness of people. I said that I was in Paris, and Paris is a beautiful city, but you cannot trust everybody. In Armenia, you are feeling completely safe. And people are really kind. You can discuss with people in another table at the terrace, and they are open to discuss. In France, they first look at you saying, "Who is it?" It changed completely.
Yeah,
this is one thing that Armenia should never change.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Especially, I have the comparison to Germany, and also I always say what Germany. One of the things that Germany can learn from Armenians is the great hospitality and kindness, and also towards foreign people, yeah, who visit your country, and you will meet a great openness in Armenia. And I think that experience we both have, and we don't want to miss this experience. Yeah, Philippe, is there anything else you would like to add? Maybe I just checked here on Facebook. I think we don't have any questions right now. if the audience, if the live viewers have any questions, feel free to write a question on Facebook. I don't know, maybe you said you also work together with a German company right now. What? Yeah, this is also always an interesting question. I this time I didn't ask it yet about different working styles. What like you were working, or you're working internationally with people from Armenia, with people from France, now with people from Germany. What is your experience, and what can you also recommend regarding that to Armenian entrepreneurs, or also to French entrepreneurs, and not to have like surprises?
Probably the first advice is to be confident. It's really important. If you have a good idea, then you have to be really confident in your idea and yourself. I see too many startups that are afraid to speak with large companies and thinking that they are a small one, and they think they are not at the same level. No, if you have a good idea and a good product, you are a king. And you should really understand it, because sometimes the worst is when they finish a discussion, they agree on a special rebate because they think they are small and they have to give a large rebate. No, it's a good product, sell it at the good price. Exactly like what I said about quality. It's luxury. You need it, you pay for it. So be confident. It's so important. And same, sometimes some people ask me what is important when you want to become an entrepreneur. And one of the answer is to be confident. The other is to avoid the word risk. There is risk everywhere, so forget about it. You can risk your life just crossing the street. So don't be afraid of taking risk and beginning as an entrepreneur. It's so difficult, yes, but it is so amazing. So go for it.
Yeah, great. I think that are very important and very great words for the finish here of our live web talk on Facebook. Thank you very much, Philippe. Yeah,
thank you.
We will keep in touch because we will also in future work together, PHO and StartDoon, yeah, in order to combine our knowledge about the German and French markets, and to support Armenian companies in entering those markets. So yeah, and of course we are always available on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Feel free to contact us. Thank you very much, Philippe. Yeah,
you're welcome.
Yeah, for your advices, for your time. And yeah, I'm a bit sorry for the internet issues that we had. Still, I think the very most information were given. And yeah, the next live web talk will be on Friday already, so in 2 days. And yeah, you will get all the information on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, and also on LinkedIn, of course. So thank you very much again. I wish you and also to the audience a very nice evening. Stay safe, of course, in these times. And yeah, let's keep in touch. Okay.